So what we've got left, let's start with this. We're going to do of course, we're going to do a segment where there's emails, tweets, questions segment, and we're going to open up the Gmail, we're going to open up the Twitter, and have these prepared beforehand and kind of read some off and go through that, and that's one of my favorite parts.
When they come in.
That's one of my favorite parts of, when they come in, exactly. That's my favorite parts of other podcasts. And speaking of other podcasts, I've got written down other podcasts we're listening to.
Oh.
So I kind of want to do, and I just going to run through the gambit because I've got like a handful, and that's all I listen to.
And
really?
That's CUP.
Oh.
I only do one. I only know of one, and that's Pat and Ian. It's pretty much the only one I watch.
Yep, that's one I listen to as well.
Aside from Pat being my friend and my personal friend, I like watching Pat and Ian. Mainly because how Ian contradicts Pat so much. They're good. It's like yin and yang. They agree on a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff they clash.
Right.
And I like seeing the different opinions from both. And they both have great opinions. And a lot of subject matter information, but they both see a lot of things different, but they do see a lot of things eye to eye.
So here's I love their podcast too. That's a great podcast, and in order of podcasts that I started listening to, here's my line.
Oh, you got that many, huh?
I've got about 10.
Whoa.
I've got about 10 here.
Okay.
And I think everybody's going to recognize about half of these that listen to us that already know who we are.
Okay.
So I started with the All Gen Gamers. Okay. And that was the very first podcast. It's the only reason I opened up this podcast app. They stopped doing it as of recent, but they said they're gonna get back together and do random episodes, when they have content and stuff ready. And I understand where they're coming from now that we are starting our own. My God, this is a lot of work. And I can't imagine doing it online. Like in person, it's already hard enough, and I'm just dealing with, I'm not dealing with the internet. We're streaming, but it's just Skype would be a whole nother level.
Oh God, yes. Oh.
Or whatever program they use. So All Gen Gamers was great. I'm not going to talk in depth about these podcasts. It would take me too long.
Yeah, just name them.
But check them out, guys. All Gen Gamers, love their stuff. They're all on YouTube too. They're a bunch of awesome gamers. We got the Giant Bombcast. So I moved on to them because I heard about them through All Gen Gamers.
Nice.
And then of course the North American Retro Collective got.
So this is mostly video game themed?
These are all video game themed so far. Fourth video game theme, completely unnecessary podcast. Then I got into RF Generation Collector Cast.
Oh, wow.
And there's also 2 podcasts I'd like to shout out that are gone off my list because they stopped doing them, so I took them off. They don't update anymore. RF Generation, and then also there was one with, what was the one with Vintage Video Game Geek and...
I don't know. I don't listen to the podcast except for CU Podcast, which is a clever name, by the way.
NES Complex. They were on one together.
They had one?
Yeah. Damn it. Okay, well, people know who I'm talking. Retro...
Something or another.
Man, I can't remember now. Those were fantastic. Then RF Generation Collector Cast. Then there's a bunch of football ones y'all don't care about. I've also got Harmontown. What the Fuck with Mark Maron. I'm mainly listening to that because it just... Someone was like, hey, it's the #1 podcast and this, that, and the other, and check it out. And so I'm just kind of listening to it. It's interesting.
Is it gaming themed?
No, not really. It's more like interview themed. It's okay. And then I'm going to shout out the Corey Forum.
Corey Forum.
That is the one that I'm doing with my friends, and y'all can find that on iTunes. And that's been a lot of fun.
Shameless plug. Okay, go for it.
We've had 3 episodes so far, and it's just been a truly fantastic experience. We're all old friends from about 10 years ago, and we share experiences and talk about life and talk about stories.
So you listen to your own podcast?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're fun. We'll go through it and then I'll listen to it and be like, I forgot we even talked about that, or how did the audio come? I got to listen to it anyway. I'm editing it. So.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's that's been a fun one, of course. I have some sports ones I don't think y'all are interested in, and then there's like TED Talks. But yeah, I actually listen to podcasts quite often, man.
Well, most people do because it's lengthy.
It takes up, yeah.
People can listen to it while working out or working on something, and they're long. and people can just have them playing in the background when they work on projects. I know that's what I do. I look for long videos that just do talking, where I don't really do a lot of visual because my eyes can't stay on there, but my ears can listen. So that's why I listen to those lengthy.
Yep, exactly. When I have something that I'm doing where it takes my attention physically,
yes,
but not mentally,
right?
Then I can do that.
Awesome.
That's fun.